Welcome everybody to another episode of the Minnesota Twins franchise, episode 66. We are near the halfway point of the season, and the All-Star break will be very shortly. I'm excited this year for hopefully a chance to play with maybe Paul Goldschmidt in the Home Run Derby. For sure we're going to have some players in the All-Star game. First order of business today might surprise you a little bit. We're actually going to take Byron Buxton and put him on the disabled list on purpose because I want to open up the roster spot to give someone else a chance. Buxton can heal up and come back later on, but we're going to be calling up Daniel Palka, who really made a great impression last episode, belting 2 3-run blasts in his last AAA game. He makes it up to the majors and is in the starting lineup as we head to Houston for a matchup between the Twins and the Astros. These are two teams that could very well meet up again in the postseason. For Houston, it's Francis Martes on the mound. The young pitcher is 2-5 on the season with a 4.4 ERA. This year he's had a lot of both strikeouts and walks. Opening the game against Charlie Blackmon, he works the count full and Blackmon walks to first base. We all know what Paul Goldschmidt has been doing this year. 26 home runs, over 70 RBIs, and we're not even halfway done. Here's a drive from Goldschmidt, out to deep right center field, splitting the outfielders and down at the warning track. It's a ground rule double and the Twins already get a run across. We already got to update the graphic, now 73 RBIs for Paul Goldschmidt. Keep in mind this is my first game now, everything is set to Hall of Fame difficulty. Here's Martes blowing a fastball by Nelson Cruz, and then he swings down below the knees, and that is a strikeout. Martes takes 23 pitches to make it through the first. The big storyline of this episode is the return of Dallas Kuechel to Houston, where he made a name for himself. He won 20 games in the Cy Young Award back in 2015. Now he faces his former team for the first time. Leading off, Jose Altuve with a pop-up in shallow center. In comes Palka, and he makes the catch. Batting second, the rookie outfielder Kyle Lewis, who's had a strong season. He slashes a single into right field for the first hit of the Astros day. Two batters later, Lewis on second base. There's a strike on the outside called against Evan Gattis. And a soft chopper to Miguel Sano to end the first inning here in Houston. As mentioned before, Daniel Palka makes his first start of the season. He did spend most of the year last year at the majors. There he misses a meatball over the middle, works the count full, and gets a very lucky call to go his way as he walks to first base. Martes had to throw a lot of pitches. Taking off for second base, it's Zach Granite who replaced Palka on first via fielder's choice. 3-2 to Yunel Escobar. He strikes out looking. Even though we had some early strikeouts, we had a lot of long at-bats. Here's another ex-Astro. It's Jason Castro with the grounder to the right side. Altuve to first. And we're done here in the top of the second. Dallas Kuechel facing the 6-hitter, Alex Bregman, who sends a drive deep to right field. Going back is Blackmon. This ball's out of here, and we're tied at 1. Bregman sends his 16th out, and the Astros get on the board against their old ace pitcher. I always enjoy these storylines, watching players play against their former teams. Following the long ball, Keuchel comes back, and there's a good strikeout as he gets Brian McCann swinging. Joel Rocker up next, 0-2, nearly gets the call. Missing again with the changeup. Full count. That ball clobbered out to deep right field. Blackmon again chasing it down and makes the catch at the warning track. Let's go top of the third. Once again at the plate, Paul Goldschmidt. A 1-2 count, flied out to deep right field. Back goes Lewis to the track. He makes the catch this time. A couple exciting fly ball outs in right field. A lot of balls headed that way in this game. 0-2 here to Jake Marisnick as we see Keuchel go a bit too far inside. He puts Marisnick on first base. And an opportunity given to Jose Altuve, who gets ahead in the count. 2-0. A drive to deep left field. Altuve sends this one back. And out of here. No doubt about it. 3-1 Houston. Just the 5th homer of the season for Altuve, whose numbers are down by his standards, but he makes sure he's ready to face his former teammate. And he belts this one to deep left with authority. Keuchel gives up 2 long balls in the first 3 innings. I wanted to know where this start was going to go after that. Carlos Correa strikes out here on 4 pitches. We needed to see Keuchel settle this lineup down. 0-2 count. Evan Gattis with a grounder at deep short. It eats up Escobar a bit, and that extends the hitting streak for Gattis to 13. Josh Reddick with 2 down. He drives one down the line into the right field corner. Gattis to third base, a 2-out double as the Astros look to tack on more runs. Alex Bregman up again. Fly ball to right field. Blackmon over toward the line. Gloves it, and we're through 3. But the Astros have gotten after Keuchel, and the Twins offense now needs to step up. Here's Miguel Sano facing Martez and taking a curveball outside. Another full count and another close pitch that goes our way. Sano walks to first base. Next up, Nelson Cruz, and this time Martez gets ahead, but he misses outside badly, and a foul by Cruz. He strikes out again, but Martez could not get through these at-bats quickly. Daniel Palka up, swinging through the curveball, another bad miss. The 1-2 driven out to deep left field, slicing, it's fair and hits the wall. Sano heads to third base, ahead of the throw, just in time. But Palka never got on to second base. So it's a big single from Palka, and that gives the Twins a scoring chance for Zach Granite. He gets ahead in the count and chops one up the middle. Charging Altuve gets the out at second, but not Granite with his speed. So the run does score, 3-2. Let's go bottom of the 4th. 0-2 count and another strikeout here for Dallas Kuechel. He gets McCann for the 2nd time and finally had his first 1-2-3 inning. In the top of the 5th with 2 down, first pitch swinging, that is Josh Harrison with a breaking ball laced to left, followed by a grounder that gets past Altuve. Harrison sprints to third base, 1st and 3rd with 2 away for the Twins. RBI opportunity for Sano with a liner hit to short and gloved by Correa. Let's head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch count still doing well for Dallas Kuechel as he faces Altuve again. The 0-2 upstairs as Altuve ducks out of the way. And the 1-2 to Fulo is in the zone for strike 3. Keuchel wins that battle. With 2 away, Carlos Correa up again. He slashes one to deep right. Blackmon with an over-the-shoulder catch robs him of an extra base hit. I'm not sure what it was about right field in this game, but that's where all the fun was happening. Great catch to keep this a 1-run game as we go top 6. Facing Nelson Cruz. Watch this one fly. Out to center. Goodbye. This game is tied. Martez left it right over the middle. Nelson Cruz clobbers another homer. I was a little surprised they kept Martez out for this inning because of his pitch count. His energy was getting pretty low, and we took advantage of it right here. All those patient at-bats led to this. And then they go to their bullpen. Here is Reggie Trujillo facing Zach Granite with 1 down in the 6th. He lays down a bunt. Charging, they can't make the play. How about that? Granite trying to make his case to stay on the active roster even when more players come off the disabled list. On first base, there goes Granite with great speed and easily swiping second base. I continue to be very impressed with Granite's play this season. Yunel Escobar, 3-1, he'll draw a walk to first base. That means the ex-Astro trying to come through. Jason Castro grounded to the right side, the play made at first. It does advance both runners, but they're going to walk Charlie Blackmon so they can get to Josh Harrison with the bases loaded. Harrison with a 306 average, already a hit in this game and 47 RBIs. 1-1, lifted to shallow right field. In comes Lewis, he makes the catch, and the Astros get out of the jam, but the game is now tied. Two away, bottom 6, and a grounder hit at Harrison. Dallas Kuechel, after a rough first few innings, did settle down and made it through 6, only allowing 3. Top of the 7th, we're back to Goldie. He lines a ball into right field for another hit. The average continues to climb. It's already north of 350. With an 0-2 count on Miguel Sano, it's time to take off. And there's a pitch that gets away from the catcher. It was a great time to call for a steal. Goldschmidt on second base, and Sano sends him to third. Twins trying to play some small ball to manufacture a run. One away for Nelson Cruz, who hits a ball sharply at short. That's one of the only outcomes right there, that a good swing doesn't get us a run. Now it takes a hit for Daniel Palka. Here's his chance to prove himself. 2-1. Palka fouls off the high fastball. And fouls off another pitch. Battling here with Trujillo. It's full again. With 2 away in the 7th. Palka goes down swinging, and the Astros get out of the inning. Keuchel's 4 through 6 innings were so good he stays in for the 7th. A shallow fly in right does fall just in front of Charlie Blackmon. Then the 9-hitting Marisnick with a deep drive out to right. Blackmon to the wall. Got it! But if the 8 and 9 hitters are going to give us that kind of trouble, it's time for Keuchel to call it a day. He did well. Tyler Duffy enters the game to face Jose Altuve. Here is the 1-1. Grounded to Harrison. Hard to double up Altuve as they do get the lead runner, and that is all. 2 down now, Kyle Lewis. Facing a 2-2 count. He also grounds it to Harrison. Through 7, this game all tied up at 3. Let's head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Carlos Correa at the plate, ahead in the count as he drives a ball into right field. This gets past Blackmon. Correa around first, in at second with the leadoff double. 2 batters later, it's Josh Reddick. A grounder up the middle that gets through. Correa around third. Palka comes up throwing, and it's too late. Correa scores the run, and the Astros take the lead. That was the 3rd hit of the ball game for Josh Reddick. And the Twins hope to keep it to only 1. Jake Reed enters. There's a sharp ground ball. 6-4-3. They do get out of the 8th. But the Astros got what they needed. A 1-run lead for their star closer, Ken Giles, looking for save 23 on the year. Minnesota gets their 1 through 3 hitters. Charlie Blackmon turns on a pitch, down in right field for a base hit. Good start. We at least had the part of our order we wanted, and a speedy Charlie Blackmon on first base. 2 batters later, Paul Goldschmidt, already 3 hits on the day, looking for one more big one. And they were worried about the speed of Blackmon. He didn't go on the first pitch. He goes on the 3rd. Blackmon safe at second base. All Goldschmidt needs to do is get a single. Giles 1-2 and hits the backstop. And moving to third base, Charlie Blackmon 90 feet from tying. 2-2 to Goldschmidt, who pops it up. Giles gave him 1 to hit, and Goldie was just a bit too far underneath it. 2 away. The Twins down to their last out, and Miguel Sano hitless on the afternoon as he waves through the 97-mile-per-hour fastball and drills a ball foul into the seats. 0-2, won't chase upstairs. 1-2, line to first, glove by McCann, and the Astros get the win. What a game. The Houston Astros do conquer Dallas Kuechel and the Twins at last. It was a really fun game. I thought it was one of my favorite of this season, even though the outcome wasn't what I had hoped. We had a perfect opportunity there with Blackmon on third base and just couldn't get him home. That's baseball sometimes. You'll lose some of these here and there. But overall, a very entertaining game, I thought. Some good back and forth action, and that gets us a step closer to the All-Star break. And we do still take 2 of 3 from Houston anyway. In the final game, we win 7-1. Jason Castro goes yard. Nelson Cruz gets a triple. Would have loved to see that. Lance Lynn gets the victory, going 7 2/3. Then we get a trade offer. The Braves want a prospect, Lamont Wade, for Pedro Alvarez. So a power hitter who's on the decline for an outfielder that I think still has maybe a promising future. No, I decline that deal. Following this, Eddie Rosario is eligible to be taken off the disabled list. We've had a lot of injuries this season. Rosario's now healthy. And we send down Quentin Berry, who's on a cold streak, to make room for him. Rosario's at a very pivotal point in his career at 27, trying to see if he can get over that hump and become a better player for the Twins. He'll be a starter very soon once he's fully healthy. We then go on to defeat Cleveland, and Steven Gonzalez has a very great start. 7 1/3, no runs allowed. Then we lose to Cleveland in the middle game, and Maxwell Fowler pitched in this one. But we then shut out Cleveland again, bookending the series with shutout victories. Alvarez now with the victory, and he's having a phenomenal season. We have just a few more series now until the All-Star break, and I'm leaving it up to you. Do you want to see a game in the Houston series or the St. Louis series next episode? I enjoyed playing Houston today. I wouldn't be opposed to trying to beat them in our stadium next episode. Like I mentioned, this was my very first game with everything set to Hall of Fame difficulty, no slider adjustments, and I thought it was one of my favorite games I've played all year. Even these losses sometimes can be very fun. As we head forward toward the All-Star break, I'm not thinking about any trades at the moment. If we were to acquire anybody before the deadline, it would probably be a reliever. Just someone to strengthen the bullpen as we try to go on a postseason run. I'm not sure if there's anything else we need so badly to give up prospects. I also think next episode we are going to start letting Mitch Garver be the everyday catcher. Jason Castro is hitting under 200, while Mitch Garver has had a near Rookie of the Year season in the first half. He's still in the top 3 for voting. As far as the minors go, I think I need to send down Jose Barrios to AA. His pitching just has not gotten consistent, and we'll send him down to AA and see if he can start to have some success. One player I want to talk about in a future episode in the Prospect Spotlight is Andres Valdez, who could have a future as the starting closer in this series, or maybe a setup man or a key reliever. We don't have a Prospect Spotlight for this episode, but in the future I will talk about Valdez and what he could bring to the table. Overall, I have really enjoyed the Twins franchise lately. I do like the new episode format, even though it doesn't get us through as many games as far as like me playing them. But the episodes have been really fun to produce, and I feel like you enjoy them, especially getting them more often into your sub box. So let me know down below and in the poll I'll put on this video of what team you want to see us face next time. I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Please leave your feedback below in the comment section. I'd love to see what you have to say. And hit the bell for notifications so you know when the next episode is posted. Have a great day. See you all again soon.